We're in the first match. We're going to play first. This hand's a bit awkward, actually, but I think we're going to keep it. Double dig through time I don't like, but going aggregate into aggregate could be pretty good, especially if we draw a Sky Spawner or a Ruination Guide or something like that. Could also, there's a lot of things we could draw that make this better. Wild Slash is acceptable. Keeps us busy. Well, Wild Slash gets to kill something. So take care of that problem. Mind Swipe. Well, let's go aggregate. Another Jace. Sure. Let's go aggregate number 2. And get in. Alright, hit Duress, which guess I kind of don't care about him drawing. Although, I mean, we got Mind Swipe and Negate, so maybe they'll do something for us. Roast. Alright. Got us there. So we're still 2 mana from Dig Through Time. Guess we swing. I know we can't get through, but... Alright. Got us. So on to our game. So I guess we've got Mind Swipe and Negate. So we can deal with all spells at this point, which is good. He's going to be able to flip his Jace, though, and then Roast, which is a bit of a bummer. But I guess we can negate it. Then what? Attack Jace? It's not that great either. All right. I think we actually kind of want to swipe it. I'm not sure we're going to get another opportunity to swipe. Plus, I want to redirect to Jace. And it makes our dig through time cheaper, which I might just cast main phase. Well, probably not, I guess. I want to keep up Negate. Disdainful Stroke and dig through time. Well, can't do much here. I do have a grip full of stuff that keeps me busy. Yeah, I guess I don't care if we discard dig through time. It just means I can cast dig through time. He is going to get to see our hand, but I don't really care. Certainly the reason to not negate there is so that I can dig through time. End of turn. Can't really. Yeah, I'm not really in a position to play around a counter. I think that we just go for it. Foul Tongue. All right. Let's see what we get here. We want Whirler Rogue and Pia and Kieran. Probably those two seem pretty good. Put the rest on the bottom. Let's drop Pia first. I like the idea of throwing dudes. Two cards left in my opponent's hand. So next turn we can go Ghostfire Blade, equip, leave up negate, which is pretty good. All right. So I guess the issue now is he's going to be able to recast Crux of Fate. Is it without using... No, he still has to use the mana. All right, well, we're going to play into it. He gets good value here, but I think that we just set up for another dig through time. I mean, our opponent's only got one card left, so we're at least going to have to just keep forcing him to use it. So Jace -3, Crux, uses it again. Then we cast another Whirler Rogue. Opponent used Duress? That's not the one I was expecting. So opponent must have top decked another board wipe. Guess I can take the dig now. No, it took the negate. So that's interesting. Impulse there, sure. But didn't take the Ghostfire Blade. That is interesting. Let's play Blade. Oh, I see. No cards left in hand. All right. Well, let's bash a Reno on Jace. Guess no cards in hand. We might as well dig through time now, because I don't see why not. Opponent could top deck another negate. So let's go Pia, and Ruination Guide seems pretty good here. Actually, Blade versus Ruination Guide. I guess Blade leaves us less susceptible to board wipe. Yeah, let's go Blade. With double Whirler Rogue in hand, yeah. I like it. All right, just in case opponent got removal, we're going to play this safe. We're going to go Blade, equip the negative dude. This way, I guess I could have equipped... If I equipped this and he had a removal spell, I wouldn't have been able to deal any damage. I kind of cost myself some damage, but I don't know. It feels worth it. No plays. All right. Well, I think we're just going to start bashing. Duress that misses. Concession. All right. Well, got game one. Opponent got an interesting little deck. So what's our plan against that deck? More negate seem in order, although they don't deal with Jace, which makes me want to leave the Wild Slashes in, because we don't have a lot of ways to deal with Jace, I guess. No, we really don't. Mindswipe's actually not that bad. Kind of want the other Mindswipe. I know it seems sketchy, but it seems like our opponent doesn't win super early. Dispels seem like they're probably good in this matchup, although they don't stop Crux of Fate. What do they stop? Negate, which my opponent probably takes out? Maybe I don't like that. What does Disdainful Stroke stop? Crux of Fate? Doesn't stop Duress. He's got to have expensive stuff in there. Dig Through Time just straight up won us that game. Turns out a couple Dig Through Times are good, believe it or not. Yeah, I think the fact that we could cast 2 of them says a lot too. Maybe we cut one of our Disdainful Strokes. I mean, we have the Mind Swipes, right? I'm not really feeling bringing in too many more. Maybe we bring in another. Well, what is this? I mean, our opponent's got to have dragons, right? Because he's. I don't know what's in the dragon deck, though. Are we really scared of a dragon? I feel like no. Let's cut another Disdainful Stroke for another negate. I think that might work better. We're going to keep all the Wild Slashes in, though. Being able to kill Jace seems very important. All right, let's try this. Sideboarding, so challenging. Yeah, we can keep this. It's a nice hand. Actually, Foundry seems like something that's good in this match. There it is. There it is. All right. Here's the Jace. Ruination Guide. Well, I think we want to go Skyspawn or Whirler Rogue Ruination Guide, probably. So the fact that he got rid of a Fiery Impulse, I guess kind of tells me he's got another one, or a board wipe. Both of which seem like fairly safe assumptions. Painful Truths. That is some nice little card draw you got there. So my opponent actually could have flipped Jace. No, that's not necessarily true. It most likely means my opponent just drew Painful Truths. That's what it tells me. Interesting. So I don't really want to get board wiped, but I do want to deal some damage. I guess we can play Ruination Guide, then my opponent board wipes, then we can start playing the big guys, the big guns. I'm okay with that, actually. So I should have played Swiftwater Cliffs. I think we're going to get board wiped here, but that's all right. So opponent's got a wipe. And then we go probably Whirler Rogue first. Incite another board wipe. Oh, Radiant Flames. Well, I wish I could counter that. Killed his Jace, though. That was a mistake. Just wanted to play another one. Still don't think that makes sense. So let's go Cliffs, Whirler Rogue, and pass. So you're going to flip your Jace. Alright, so gotta guess Crux of Fate's coming here. In which case, I think we just cast Dig Through Time, although, yeah, probably. I mean, Dig Through Time lets us play things that force board wipes. Looks like he's got his own dig. Oh, Treasure Cruise. Yeah, I keep forgetting that. So I guess opponent can't Crux, though. Or, never mind. Opponent can definitely Crux. And likely should. Oh yeah, Radiant Flames, that's right. Can't negate that. Just a grip full of cards. Does have the negate mana, so I think we're going to... Well, that's actually kind of nice. Let's play Foundry. Let's play Sky Spawner. And we can actually play Dig Through Time, I think, right? If he board wipes, we can sack the Scion, and then once the Sky Spawner goes to the graveyard, we can use Dig. That's kind of good, actually. Impulse, so I can negate that if I want. But I don't think I want to. I think I want to cast Dig Through Time. Alright, so as expected, he did have the dragon. So I guess Disdainful Stroke, I guess counters Treasure Cruise too. I don't like it though. I don't like it. I feel like I have better. Probably wrong, but I do definitely feel like I have better. Alright, let's dig. I love it. Puts the token in the graveyard. It's got Dispel. Yeah, can't do nothing about that. Alright, Anticipate's pretty weak, so I guess we'll just drop this guy. And we'll leave up Negate and Anticipate. Basically just need to counter the Crux now. So I guess if my opponent duresses, we're just going to let him either take Negate or Anticipate. Probably just takes the Negate, I imagine. Because countering it doesn't let me cast Anticipate, so I'd rather just cast Anticipate. I can't negate. Alright, I guess we know what has to come back in. I basically just forgot what was in this deck, I think, is what it comes down to. Probably because I don't play a ton of Standard, as mentioned. Do not play a ton of Standard. So, learning process, to be sure. Alright, let's drop the Whirler Rogue. Mind Swipe. Can hit my opponent for 4. It's not the worst. But I think it's one of those things where we gotta try and play around Crux of Fate. Otherwise, we just lose. So, might end of turn crack the Foundry, otherwise try and use Mineswipe. But I think dropping Whirler Rogue there could have been okay. We could have left up Negate, I guess. Didn't reveal a dragon. So I can Mineswipe this, but my opponent can pay for it. I think I'd rather just sack a Thopter. He still has Crux mana. Maybe I should have just negated it. Feels like a waste. Alright, we're dead at 2-turn clock anyway because of the stuff, so guess I could have chumped the Dragon Lord. Oh yeah, my opponent did reveal something? But, oh, owns one, yeah. I screwed that one up. I shouldn't have let that spell resolve. Possibly cost myself the game, but most likely was going to lose anyway. I guess I forgot how that card worked. I thought all they had to do was cast it and they get the value, but it turns out they have to resolve it to get the value, so I was just straight up dead wrong. Dead wrong. I guess we play Whirler Rogue. And guess we'll swing at Jace. So Disdainful Strokes come back in. And what's my plan with bringing Disdainful Strokes back in? So I can only counter dragon spells, which kind of sucks. Yeah, I guess that is the unfortunate kind of aspect of counter spells at the moment, is they're in a bit of a tough spot. All right. I mean, I guess I negate it, but then I think we just get cruxed or countered. Might as well. I mean, I left it up for a reason. All right. So, sadly, Dispel, I guess, is good against us. But bringing in Dispel, I don't like it. I really don't like it. I gotta be honest. I really don't like bringing in Dispels against this deck. It seems like we have more important things we have to do. Let's go. Let's think about this. Strokes come in. Maybe we drop the Anticipates. They're okay. But I think with the digs, we're okay. So let's do a third stroke and then the third negate. Could do one Dispel, I guess. Yeah, I guess the old one of Dispel. Oh, wait. That's too many cards. Well, screw Dispel then. Although having Dispels for our Mineswipes is pretty... Basically just getting in a Dispel battle. I don't like Dispel battles. Let's keep the one of Mineswipe. Let's go 2 Disdainful Strokes, 2 Dispels. Okay, let's try this out. Yeah, gotta keep this. The fact that we have the out for Jace this time, I think, is pretty relevant. So Pia and Kieran Nalaar into Foundry of the Councils could be good. Yeah. Guess we Wild Slash in response since it's the only card he can actually take. But this protects his Jace. Having no more action is a bit of an issue, but ooh, that was a good top deck. That was a really good top deck, actually. So now we get to go Vile Aggregate into Pia and Kieran into Foundry, which is pretty nice, actually. All right. Having a Gate and Foundry of the consoles here is pretty nice. It's actually pretty nice. Eat a dragon, please. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Love that. Ingest doing something outside of BFC. I like that. Oh, my opponent conceded. And I did the reveal hand thing. And someone told me I should just be pressing F2, which is probably true. Wow. Surprised the opponent gave up that easily. I would have liked to have seen their hand with a grip full of goodies like that. I'm assuming they just missed their land drop. All right, well, I guess, I mean, technically the deck worked there, but it would have been, I would have liked to have seen, wow, we were drawn pretty hot, though. I would have just played Foundry, and I wouldn't, if my opponent had a land drop, I would have just played Foundry, passed, or, you know, swung for 5. And then I could have left up Negate as well as busted the Foundry, and then my opponent's got a pretty quick clock with Negate backup. So that's pretty good. I'm glad that we can, our deck's pretty good against spot removal. Fiery Impulse, see, that's why I'm not running too many Ruination guides. Spot removal like Wild Slash and Fiery Impulse is just no bueno against the Vile Aggregate plan. And it's not even that good against Whirler Rogue and PN Kieran. You still net 2 evasive guys that work with the Ghost Fire Blade. So I feel like spot removal is not fantastic against us, and we have decent protection against board wipes. So it's the counter spells, man. You got to get that counter spell distribution correct. So that's gonna be a slow and steady wins the race kind of process here, but we'll figure it out. All right, let's do another match here.